Hello, this is Stella. The game is Rome Total War, and this is a commentary video of a three-way online battle between TO from SITH clan, Selifator, and Cluny the Scourge. In the most recent King of the Hill tournament hosted by the Total War Center, these three gentlemen ended up tied for first place and agreed to decide the victor via a sudden death triple threat playoff extravaganza, which is what you're about to see. Also, interestingly enough, the King of the Hill tournament was barbarian themed, so in that spirit they've all taken not only barbarian factions, but by most people's opinion probably the shittiest factions in the game, that being Dacia, Gaul, and Spain. TO is playing as the Dacians. He deployed outside the forest, and he's taken 2 units of Scythian mercenaries, those are horse archers, 4 units of chosen swordsmen, 2 units of falksmen deployed behind them, 4 units of barbarian noble cavalry, and 1 unit of barbarian light cavalry in support. So that's TO's army. And like I said, his troops are the only ones that were visible at the beginning of the battle, because Selifator and Cluny both deployed in the woods. So let's mosey on over here to look at Selifator's Gaelic army. He's taken 6 units of swordsmen, 1 unit of barbarian warlord in the middle that houses his general, and 2 units of druids. He brought a lot of cavalry too that's not visible at this point in the battle. 2 units of barbarian noble cavalry on his right, and 4 units of barbarian light cavalry behind him on his left. And like I said, those are hidden in the woods at the moment. Cluny the Scourge, playing as Spain, took 7 units of naked fanatics as the main part of his infantry line. The only part of his infantry line, in fact. And 6 units of Balearic slingers, which are elite mercenary slingers that is available to Spain, 1 deployed in front of his infantry line, and 6 deployed behind, all in loose formation. And he's also got a unit of long shield cavalry, which hopefully the cameraman will, there we go, right there. And he's got a couple more units of long shields hidden in the woods behind him, which will come into play later. Okay, the armies are going to start marching towards each other. Dacia is going to slowly edge up towards the woods, and Cluny and Selifator are going to march full speed at each other. So that's what you're seeing right now. And most of this, like I said, most of the combat in this battle takes place in the woods, and I kind of apologize for that. It's a bit hard to see what the fuck's going on. I know I had to watch this battle like 6 times in order to figure out, you know, where the hell all the units were coming from and who they belonged to and who was fighting who, etc., etc. So as you can see, Cluny's Balearic slingers are starting to open fire. They have a much longer range than normal slingers, which means they're able to actually fire over the heads of friendly infantry units, which slingers usually aren't able to do. So Cluny's able to deploy most of them behind his infantry line. And you can hear his naked fanatics unleashing their war cry there. And there's the 2 units of barbarian noble cavalry that Selifator had hidden at the beginning of the battle. They've revealed themselves and are swinging over to the Gaelic left flank to meet Cluny's 3 units of long shield cavalry over there, as the swordsmen march up to engage with the naked fanatics. So here's the main cavalry scrum between Selifator and Cluny, which I'm not looking at the moment. I instead chosen to zoom in on the battle between the swordsmen and the naked fanatics. Let's see. Alright. Oh, and shit, there's something happening over here. Gee, I need to fire my fucking cameraman, seriously. Selifator tried to strike at the Dacian horse archers with his 4 units of barbarian light cav that he had hidden in the woods. But TO was able to fight him off successfully, and he only escaped with 2 units, which he was able to bring back to the main fight with Cluny. And having won the battle, the cavalry battle with Cluny, he sent his barbarian noble cavalry striking at the Balearic archers. Balearic slingers, excuse me. But those Balearic slingers are not pushovers, and they can handle themselves in a melee a lot better than normal slingers can. But, you know, they're not going to last forever. And as you can see, they rout fairly quickly. There's a barbarian light cavalry charge into one of the only naked fanatic units that are left. So Cluny's army at this point is pretty much decimated. The swordsmen, backed up by the druids' morale boosting capabilities, were able to handle the naked fanatics. and Cluny's cavalry was no match for Selifator's cavalry. And Selifator was able to do hammer and anvils and strike at his archer units, missile units. And there's Cluny's last unit of long shields. It's heavily upgraded, is the reason it's lasted so long. But it's not going to last forever. So Cluny is pretty much at this point knocked out of the battle. And Tio, as of yet, has not really engaged with anyone other than Selifator when Selifator attacked him for that brief moment in time. All Tio's doing is just taking pot shots with his horse archers at Selifator's army, which is, you know, well, it is what it is. I should point out that this is a scored resolution battle and not a last man standing battle. So while in a normal triple threat match where it was last man standing, it would be a good strategy to kind of sit idly by and let the other two factions destroy themselves. But a scored resolution battle was mainly decided at the end by number of kills, so even if you're the last army standing, if someone else killed more troops than you did, even if they're completely wiped out, they're going to win the match. And that comes into play in a big way, as you'll see at the end of the battle. So Selifator assembles his pretty decimated remains of his army. Look, there's a unit with 35 guys in it, a unit with 29 guys in it, 50 guys, 37 guys, 24 guys. His infantry line is pretty much decimated at this point, and his cavalry's not much better off. He's got a few decimated units of heavy cavalry, a couple decimated units of light cavalry. Really not going to do much against Tio's army, which was a strong army to begin with, and the fact that it's yet to take hardly any casualties because it hasn't been engaged has got to be frightening to Selifator. And for good reason, as you'll see. So, there's the war cry that Tio's unleashing, as if he needs it, having vastly superior infantry, vastly superior cavalry, and superior, and infinitely, since Selifator doesn't have any superior missile troops at this point in the battle, he's not going to need much help to polish off Selifator. Polish off? Finish off. That's what I meant to say. To finish off Selifator here. So as you can see, Tio's army breathes on Selifator's army, and Selifator's army goes fleeing into the woods. And so that's not really a close encounter there. Tio's cavalry, as you can see, doesn't really even need to be used. He only uses it to chase down routers. There goes Selifator's general. And basically at this point it's just a mop-up operation. Tio is obviously going to be the last man standing in this battle. But as you'll see, that might not mean a whole hell of a lot. And I'll put the game on fast forward because Tio's just running around killing Selifator's routing units. Before the big, I mean, it's pretty clear by what I've been saying that Tio does not win this battle. Actually, Selifator is the winner. Tio basically remained disengaged from the battle for too long, and since the scored resolution victory is mostly based on number of kills that you get, there just simply wasn't enough guys to kill by the time Cluny and Selifator had gotten done with their battle. So in fact, Selifator and Cluny both got a higher rank than Tio for having more kills, but the winner obviously is Selifator. Great guy, a great player, and he's going to be the champion going into the next King of the Hill tournament, which I believe is already underway, and it's well deserved.